Yeah, right, Abby.
Huckety fuck, how can I help you? If every store greeted their customers like that, there'd be less complaints about the food. Best job ever. I've got a question to ask you. Who here had this game when it released on the PS2 when you weren't supposed to have it and you got your parents to buy it for you? Raise your hand. Glad to see that I wasn't the only one. Holy shit, there's thousands of you fuckers out there. And I see you not raising your hand when you know damn well your parents brought it for you. So let's get on with GTA San Andreas before I get hit. GTA San Andreas is a 3D action-adventure game what Rockstar released way back in 2004, and it remains the PS2 best-selling game sold on that system. It's something like 17 million copies were sold, and to this day it's a great game to play where the creators pushed the PS2 limits at the time. The campaign is longer than Vice City and GTA 3 with a more interactive storyline. The game takes place back in '92 when you just get off the airline. You play as Carl Johnson, otherwise CJ, who just comes back to San Andreas from Liberty City after hearing the news about his mum's death. While he's taking a cab home from the airport, he gets intercepted by Officer Tenpenny and Pulaski, who decides to frame CJ for shooting a cop, while Pulaski and Tenpenny's trying to take over the drug trade and forces Carl into working for them. You can customise CJ to a certain degree, changes his clothes with a few different clothes shops and spent hours in the store trying to get the right outfit. You can also give him tattoos and change his hairstyle so he feels like your character. Also, he seems to have more of a personality than the previous GTA protagonist. Like when he finds out when one of his friends betrays him, he feels sympathy and sadness. You can tell at all times what he's feeling. The level design is outstanding. It's a massive map size what still holds up for today's standards. It can take a while to fly around the whole entire map, and it's consulted of 3 islands. The other 2 are locked off at first until you progress throughout the storyline and unlock them just like in GTA 3 and Vice City. It does take a tad bit of time to get used to the controls where they do feel a bit outdated, like the targeting of the enemies, and there's no cover system. They added a new ability so you can crouch behind walls and sneak around, and crouching does increase your accuracy of your weapon. And Rockstar added a gift this time around. You can now swim and dive because they knew that irritated the fuck out of us with Vice City that we could not swim. I love the RPG elements, hunger, stamina, health, and making CJ stronger at the gym, or you can go in the other direction and make him as large as possible. Plus, learning new martial arts skills at the gym, to the flying, driving, bike and weapons, getting them to hitman status. At this point, you can unlock the ability to hold 2 guns at once. All of them stats add to the game in the most interactive way. It shows how much control you have over the character. I like that freedom that you get, and I applaud Rockstar for giving it to you. Not in that way. I like all the different planes that Rockstar gives in this title. It's a massive improvement from Vice City, especially with the amount of vehicles there are. With a new addition, a bike!
Straight back into the game, right, dog?
The main missions are engaging. Well, most of them are. A few dull ones, but most of them I enjoyed, and I thought that they were well thought out, like the casino heist, or meeting Catalina and feeling sorry for CJ at the time.
Hey, Catalina, it's Carl. Come on, let's go.
We got banks to rob, baby. Come on, let's go.
In here, mi amor.
All right, come on, let's go.
You get your sorry ass in here right now, Carl Johnson, or I shove a fucking hand grenade up it.
All right, I'm coming. Look, baby, I really need that paper. Oh, my God. What in hell's name is that?
This, you fucking prick? This is a rack. I'm gonna
No,
torture
baby,
your sorry
no,
ass.
Please, no.
You never write to me. You don't call. You treat me like a fucking whore. Like one of your whores.
No, baby, please. I ain't into that shit.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
Oh, baby, please, no. Please, baby, no.
Ow! Hey! Ooh! Ow! Ouch! Damn! Oh, shit!
Yeah, the one that I could not stop laughing at is the truth. And that mission where you're burning down the crops before the police arrive? That one did make me grin quite a bit on what CJ was saying. That's probably going to be the mission that left a significant impression on me. There is one major thing that pissed me off from time to time. It can be a bit tedious at times, going from point A to point B during a mission. It can lead you across the map just to start the rest of the mission. The one that comes in mind is the one that you're driving a lowrider across country just to take a couple of pictures. This one is really boring. There are so many side activities that you can play. Pool! Go dancing! Or play Destruction Derby. Or just play a classic game console. Or if none of that's in your interest, you can make lowriders dance and go on date. The ambulance missions have returned as well as the vigilante, taxi, firefighter challenge, and each one's have their own rewards to them at the end of them. Yeah, there's new robbery missions and they're quite fun. You can start turf wars between the Boilers and the Los Santo Vargas, I think that's what they're called, and you take over their turfs. The enemy AI can be really idiotic at times during turf wars. Sometimes they can run in the opposite direction and have you waiting for about 10 minutes or so for them just to make their way back to you. Although when it runs smoothly, what I think is about 70% of the time, it can be challenging and enjoyable taking over Los Santos and getting more income as you go. You can also recruit gang members, and more respect what you get, the more members you can recruit. Nevertheless, the enemy AI are a bit shit. I never really used the AI companions.
Keep it Trick. Give me that money.
There are quite a few businesses what you can buy. On the contrary, you've got to do their missions to unlock regular income, and there are many properties all over San Andreas what you can buy. However, these act like save points. There are car modifications. The first one's what you unlock is for the lowriders, then later on it branches out to the other cars and you can mod most of them. The modifications to the cars are a welcome that beats its predecessor by miles. Just a minor note though, just that you've got to look after your car, because once when it's destroyed, it's destroyed. If you're a bad GTA driver like me, this is very annoying. It's gone for good and you got to start again and pay that money again to get a replacement. Now we get to the 100 hidden tags and other collectibles like the horseshoes, oysters. Usually I can't be asked to collect these things, and this is still the case and it has not changed one bit. It's just there if you want to do it, and if you like going after things like that, and if you collect all the tags or the other collectibles, you unlock free weapons at certain main buildings that you own. I've got to say that the Steam version of GTA San Andreas has to be the most elected one of the other ports. I think that this is the worst version of the game. So I've got to ask Rockstar why. I really need to know why these bugs aren't fixed here, some of them which date back all the way back to the PS2. If you can get it on any other system, I will say go for it, but the Steam version needs something done. On the brighter side, I like the fact that you can reply back to pedestrians in a positive or negative way. Some of the comments what they make to CJ will have you in stitches at times, and vice versa.
Ugh, smell
Lady,
you later.
you should pay somebody to talk to you.
Sticky, icky, homie.
Come on in, home.
Man, you better stop tripping.
Trust me, I don't give a shit. Yeah, them my ducats now.
Swole as shit, man.
Yeah, cool, for sure. Thank you.
The Easter eggs are laid out of past GTA games, like the recurring of the silent protagonist out of GTA 3, and you find out his name finally at the end of GTA San Andreas. There was this figure what I saw in Zero's RC shop of GTA Vice City, so it made me wonder, was Vice City a game or some sort, or a movie in this world? Then you meet Ken Rosenberg later on. That made me a bit confused, especially when he says Tommy, then CJ responds, who the fuck is Tommy? So I'm going to say that Tommy went to be a celebrity icon after the events of Vice City. Well, that's what I made up to make me sleep better at night. And I spotted a weird magazine in a certain shop called Hamster What? That made me laugh for hours. I do like these hidden jokes that Rockstar laid out. I remember this part during a mission because at the time my older sister came into my room to tell me that my mum wanted me, and this sound played as she looked at me awkward. Yeah, talking about wrong timing. Some of the cutscenes can make you laugh, and I think that they are well presented. And I've got to agree on CJ with this. What the fuck does namaste mean? Also, they do like to move their arms a lot during the cutscenes. The voice acting is alright, however, there are some acting moments that stands out. There is about 3 or 5 good voice actors that just flows right with the game, and the rest are okay. The graphics were not the best at the time, although considering how much they put in this world, I understand that something had to give to release it on the PS2 at the time. Most of the gameplay animations are on par, however there is some hiccups from time to time what you're bound to notice. All the vehicle sounds are good, either firing the weapons to the running. I never heard anything out of place. The music is still good, you're bound to have your favourite radio station. My favourite radio station was Radio Los Santos. I found the characters more interesting than GTA's predecessors. As for characters, there's too many for me to cover, so I've done my top favourite picks. OG Low is my favourite character because he's just made me laugh right from the start on how much of an idiot he is. They even recognise that in the game and take the mick out of him on multiple occasions with his bad raps.
Hey, it's OG Loc, homie, and I'ma kick a little something like this. Hey, yo, when I come through up in the place, you don't want me to come with a gun in your face. I spit it hotter than anybody in the world could do.
That
It's
shit
like
sucks.
damn, my shit was whack.
And everyone keeps telling him to shut up, especially when he keeps on saying, I'm gangster! And Sweet's like, go to college, like if he's desperately trying to get rid of him. I think every time when OG Low comes on, he steals the show every time. Officer Tenpenny's character keeps on appearing throughout the campaign. I was on the edge of my seat waiting for him to say, motherfucker! I think that this is the only time that Samuel Jackson don't say it in an adult rating certificate. So, yeah, I was really disappointed that it didn't come up. And then there's Macca, who does make an impression, except just not in a good way.
Give me your appearance. Just drop in unannounced.
Yeah, that's gangster.
Come on.
Thatcher, I love you,
Oh,
Maggie.
Macca.
Love you, Maggie.
You ain't right in the head, mate.
For how long the game is, I can see it done roughly in 12 hours. Although for me, where I'd done a lot of the side activities, it took me around about 42 hours. So I think that it's a decent length. I did not know there was an actual riot back in '92 in Los Angeles, so some of the game is based on actual history, and GTA taught me something about it. Even though it's been tweaked to fit the storyline of GTA, yeah, I learned something based on history after when I asked Google about it. Okay, Google, what was the Los Angeles riot about?
According to Wikipedia, the 1992 Los Angeles riots were a series of riots and civil disturbances that occurred in Los Angeles County in April and May of 1992.
Yeah. And they got a lot more on it if
You want to learn about it.
For the time that this came out, it pushes the boundaries of the PS2. I'm still surprised that they managed it. So in the end, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, and it definitely gets my recommendation. It's still an amazing experience, so have you played it? What did you think of GTA San Andreas? Leave it in the comments below. Until next game, you get it, I'm fucking off again. But the Steam version slightly clocks in a bit lower, a 9 out of 10. So have you played it? But the Steam version slightly clocks up. You can start turf wars between bullets and okay, I forgot the gang's name, but so I'm just going to call them Purple and the Red. No, Purple and the Yellow. Plus learning new martial arts. Plus learning new martial arts skills at the gym. Plus learning new martial arts skills at the gym, and you can learn more skills to the flying, driving, bike, and weapons, getting the weapons to the hitman level.